Hello, loving people. Welcome to the channel Time to Change Me in 10 minutes. Today we are chapter 2, and the topic for the lesson is the heart which leads the body. At the end of this lesson, you would be able to know why people fail, even though they determined and are strong will, as well as realize the path to an amazing change in life. People try hard to be good because they don't know how their hearts are formed and how they can flow. Therefore, they try hard to do well, to be happy, yet, when problems arise, there's almost no one who knows how to resolve the problems of the heart. Many people determine themselves to stop playing computer games, stop drinking, and stop doing drugs. There are some people who try with all their might, and some actually change. But for the most part, the majority of people fail and they give up to change along the way. Why is that so? That is because the heart to want to play games, drink alcohol, and the thoughts of wanting to do drugs have already grown. And so, being led by fully grown thoughts will force them to continually play games and get high regardless of their own will. That is why determination and commitment, telling yourself, I'm going to stop playing games, I'm going to stop doing drugs, and so forth, does not actually work. Why? Because the heart to like the games and drugs is greater than the heart to quit doing them. When that heart arises in someone, he or she cannot help but to go back to play games. Everyone, change in life does not happen through action that comes from determination and effort. Change is only possible when the heart changes first. Let's take a look at the screen now. And today, I would like to talk about a man named Julio. Julio migrated to New York from South America. From his youth and for a total of 20 years, he did drugs. He became a drug addict and could not find a steady job. And so he had to steal and beg in order to do drugs. Even though he was young, he was unable to live a normal life because of drugs. He became like a homeless person, barely surviving and sleeping on benches. Then one day he became very hungry as the drugs wore off. So he garbage picked in a park because sometimes there are leftovers of hamburgers and bread that people throw away. He found a piece of bread and began to devour it. But after eating it for a while, it tasted strange. It was spoiled bread. He dropped the bread from his hand and stared at the piece of bread on the ground and then fell into his thoughts. What am I doing now? How did I end up like this? Other people eat fresh bread from the bakery. Why do I have to dig through the garbage for spoiled bread? At my age, other people are married, have houses, and have jobs, but I could never dream of having my own house or getting married my entire life. What kind of woman would want to marry a drug addict? What is my future going to be like? As Julio looked at himself for the first time, he began to compare himself with others. My life will end in a pitiful way. These drugs will ruin my life. For the first time in 20 years, he realized what a great failure he had become. Not too long, he was arrested by the police and sent to Drug Rehabilitation Center. The Drug Rehab Center does not allow you to live for a certain extent of time. They train you so that you can completely quit drugs. On the first day, the training instructor spoke with the addicts who were forced to be there. He asked, "Everyone, you want to quit drugs, right? But you can never quit drugs through your efforts." He further went on to say, "If you really want to quit drugs, you have to listen to me carefully because as an addiction instructor for a long time, I know how to quit drugs." The amazing thing is that this instructor's words were the same words he had heard the previous 2 or 3 times he had been in rehab. However, back then he was unable to fully move his heart. But this time he was able to hear what the instructor was saying. When he took a look around him, they were all drug addicts, but none of them were concentrating. That's how Julio was a long time ago. And how was he able to quit drugs now? His heart changed when he discovered that he was destined to death because of drugs. Now he was absorbing everything the instructor was saying. For 20 years, I lived caught in the web of drugs. But if I do this now, I'll be able to quit drugs. These thoughts entered his mind and strengthened his heart, and he was able to stop doing drugs. Now, Julio lives a new life leading other people who face a similar situation. Loving people, I want to ask you, what have you fallen into that it's difficult for you to come out? Discovering your shortcomings is the first step to change. Julio discovered his room state when he dug through the trash and ate a rotten bread. Today, if you can also think about your lacking image, then you can be able to seek for help. Send us your comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more revealing topic. Thank you and see you again. Bye.